Hello, English learners. Hello, everyone. Have you ever heard an English phrase that just sounds, well, a little bit weird? Today, we're going to talk about one of those phrases. It's good grief. You know, maybe you've heard it in a movie, or maybe an American friend said it. And when you hear it, you might think, wait, good and grief? What does that mean? It sounds pretty strange, doesn't it? Well, don't worry. We're going to figure it out together. Let's think about this. Your friend is in the kitchen, making breakfast. They grab an egg, but oops, it slips out of their hand and splat. It's all over the floor. Your friend looks at the mess and says, good grief. Are they happy about the broken egg? I don't think so. So why would they say the word good? Okay, so let's talk about this confusing phrase. The reason good grief is so tricky is that the word good almost always means something happy or positive. But in this phrase, it doesn't. Let me tell you a quick story to show you exactly what I mean. So, meet my friend Tom. One morning, he's rushing to get ready for work. He picks up his big cup of coffee, but he trips, and the coffee goes everywhere, all over his nice, clean shirt. Good grief, Tom says. Now, Tom's friend Anna is learning English, just like you. She hears Tom, and she is so confused. She thinks to herself, good? Why is spilling coffee good? Is Tom happy about this? She just doesn't get why he would use a happy word for something bad. Anna's confusion is completely normal. So if you've ever felt like Anna, you're not alone. But don't you worry, we are going to clear this up right now. Let's go from the mix-up to the real meaning. So, here it is. This is the big secret. Good grief is an expression you say when you are surprised, frustrated, or annoyed. That's it. It has absolutely nothing to do with feeling good. Let's get back to our story. So later that day, Anna and Tom walk to the bus stop. But when they get there, oh no. They see a long line of people waiting for the bus. It's going to be so crowded. Anna looks at that huge line, and she feels really annoyed. And then she remembers what Tom said in the morning. She gets it. She turns to Tom and says, good grief, we are going to be late. And just like that, she understands. She used it perfectly to show she was frustrated. Great work, right? Now that we know what it means, let's look at a few more ways you can use it. This will help you feel really confident the next time you want to try it yourself. Okay, so to show surprise, you could see something expensive in a store and say, good grief, did you see the price of that? To show frustration, maybe you can't find your keys. You can say, I lost my keys again, good grief. And to show you're annoyed, if you're stuck in your car, you could say, good grief, another traffic jam. Want a simple way to remember this? Here's a little trick. Just think of a surprised face, with really wide eyes and an open mouth, like, oh, that's the feeling of good grief. It's the face you make when you're surprised or a little bit annoyed. So have you ever wondered where a strange phrase like this even comes from? Well, this one has a pretty cool story. Most idioms do, and the story of good grief is really interesting. Well, it started a very long time ago, way back in the late 1800s. People used it as a softer, more polite way to say good God. Some people thought saying good God was too strong. Then, much later, in the 1950s, it became super popular because of a famous comic strip. And now, today, it's just a common, gentle way to show you're surprised. And that famous comic strip I was talking about, it was called Peanuts. Maybe you've heard of it. The main character was a little boy named Charlie Brown, and he made good grief famous. He said it all the time, especially when things went wrong, which, for Charlie Brown, happened a lot. Okay, so if you want to sound even more like a native speaker, it's a great idea to learn some phrases that are similar. So let's look at a few other words you can use. So some phrases that are really similar are for goodness sake and oh brother. The total opposites would be things like that's great or wonderful. And some other related phrases you might hear are my goodness and for heaven's sake. They all show that same kind of surprised emotion. Now this is a very important tip, so listen closely. A common mistake is to say something like, I feel good grief, but you can't feel good grief. Remember, it's an exclamation. It's something you shout out in the moment. So the right way to say it is, good grief, I failed my test. Okay, are you ready to see what you've learned? It's time for a really quick and easy quiz. Don't worry, it's just for fun. Let's see how you do. Okay, first question. You run to the bus stop, but you see your bus driving away without you. oh no, what do you say? Is it A, that's great, B, good grief, or C, I feel good grief? And the correct answer is B, good grief. You'd say this to show that you're annoyed you just missed the bus. Fantastic job if you got that one right. All right, last question, number 2. Good grief is a phrase that shows A, happiness, B, sadness, or C, surprise or annoyance. What do you think? The correct answer is C, surprise or annoyance. Good grief is the perfect phrase to use when you feel one of those emotions. You are all doing so wonderfully. So let's wrap this up. Just remember that good grief is the perfect thing to say in those small, surprising, or frustrating moments in life. It's not about being good, it's about being surprised. Now it's your turn. Can you think of a time when you could have said good grief? Share your story in the comments below. We'd love to read it. If you enjoyed today's content, please like and follow. See you next time.